Hello, I'm Jim Frazer, Vice President of Smart Cities here at ARC Advisory Group. And today I'm very excited to be joined by Smadar David of Vanti AI. Smadar, welcome today.
Thank you, Jim. Nice to be here.
Let's get started. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your company and how you founded it?
Yeah, for sure. So I started back as a mechanical engineer, designing different systems from mechanics, optics, electronics, semiconductors. I've done that in the defense and aerospace area, and then in the automotive space. And throughout my career, trying to develop these specific systems and very customized and challenging environments, I saw that we're not really using and leveraging the data we collect and manage throughout the manufacturing flow and trying to ramp up these activities into really being more efficient. So to find those defects very early in the process, to save scrap, be efficient, and save cost and human labor. And so that what drove me to establish Vanti 3.5 years ago. So we started back then with the mission of helping manufacturers to accelerate those manufacturing outcomes at scale in a very easy and fast way to do it. And we do it by leveraging AI from existing data.
That's great. AI has very many interpretations and definitions in the world. How does Vanti use AI to help your manufacturing clients?
Yes, for sure. AI has a lot of it, a lot of different aspects. Sorry. I'll start from scratch. So yes, Jim, that's correct. And AI has a lot of different applications. Where we focus in helping our customers is around predictive quality and process optimization. So when we think about a manufacturing line and operation, we really want to focus on reducing the scrap, being more sustainable, saving the times of the domain experts to do higher value tasks, so to automate a lot of things that we can. So this is where we focus, and one specific application how we are helping customers is the, like I mentioned, predictive quality application. So imagine, for example, that you have a 10 or 20 steps manufacturing process, and at every single point you're adding more material and time of the machines and the people, and of course, costs into the process. And what if you were able to detect very early in the process if something will end up to be an actually defected unit or a batch that you can't deliver, and you have to go and rework and again put in, or even scrap, or right? So you have to put in a lot of time and resources and throw away good materials. So this is where we partner with our customers. One example would be to leverage actual video of manual assembly to highlight any anomalies or any problems with the manual assembly process, and then to be able to highlight that very early. We've seen this application in the sense of just a green or a red light that comes on the manual assembly for the operator, and then be able to save sometimes hours of wasted time for that specific working on that specific unit, right? Another example of predictive quality would be taking data from the sensors in the process. So sensors that document pressure, time, temperature, all of these things, and testing data to actually highlight bad batches, and that will end up to be faulty units.
We often think of AI as being powered by the data set that's resident in the computer infrastructure. But you mentioned something fascinating to me, which is the video of an assembly process.
Right.
Can you speak about the data inputs beyond just the legacy IoT data that may include not only the manual assembly that you were tracking by video, but perhaps even the embedded intelligence of that senior knowledge worker?
Yes, for sure, and that is correct. We're eventually where AI feeds out of data. So where we cooperate and collaborate with our customers is really to take, like you mentioned, OT data that may be machine logs, testers data, videos, images, even incoming inspection material, incoming inspection reports, and things of that nature, and then in an iterative approach. Give this application to the to the subject matter experts, to the people who actually has the domain knowledge, and highlight what is actually the driving factors, what is actually what the algorithm and AI sees in the data, and then hand it over for the subject matter experts to embed his domain knowledge in the sense of these are controllable parameters that I actually can do, or this is the limit I cannot go through. And this feeds back into our system, into creating more and more better applications that will serve eventually the subject matter expert. So it's all under a no-code environment, very easy to consume. It's specifically designed for the subject matter experts, for the plant professionals, so they can iterate on that and create their own AI applications very quickly without the need of data science or coding capabilities.
Let's talk about implementation.
Right.
If I was a plant operator and I
Yes.
wanted to take my first step into using AI and Vanti AI systems, is it an incremental process, or do I have to deploy a large deployment all at once? How do I, what's my first step?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we specifically designed Vanti AI to be consumed and can be start with really baby steps. So we don't want to boil the ocean. Our main focus is to solve problems and challenges in the most efficient way. So the method we've designed is actually to look at a specific application or a problem that we want to solve, and then go and fetch just the right data and that is needed. And sometimes, most of the times, we find out that we don't need the entire, plant data from every single machine and every single system. In the previous example I highlighted, we actually took just two data sets. So one is those videos and the end-of-line inspection. So it's a very simple table of a pass or a fail. And that already was enough to build and fuel a model that generated value within 2 weeks, right? So this creates that trust in AI and seeing that value that can be achieved very incrementally but fast, and then it sparks more and more ideas to more applications, use cases, and additional data sources that can be leveraged to get value.
Smadar, that was a fascinating discussion we just concluded. I'm Jim Frazer, and again, I've been speaking with Smadar David of Vanti AI. Thank you very much for joining us today.